Hi friends, I am Dr. Pranav Khoche from Nutan Vidya Prasarak Mandals, Arts, Commerce and Science College, La Salva. Today we are going to deal with a component of grammar, that is negative sentences, which has been prescribed under SYBA Compulsory English Core Course by Savitribai Phule, Pune University. So the basic question comes up in our mind is, what are negative sentences or what do they mean exactly? So friends, negative sentences are declarative statements. That means they give information that is believed to be true. They are basically declarative statements. Now, how are they formed? If you want to turn a positive statement or positive sentence into a negative sentence, what to do? So, they are formed by adding not, 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 after the helping verb and before the main verb. So, usually, not comes between helping verb and main verb. But in case of more than one helping verb, not is added after the first helping verb. So please remember these things, that in case where there are helping verbs in the sentence, not is added after the helping verb and before the main verb. And where there are more than one helping verbs, then not is added after the first helping verb. For example, I will be a great musician. To turn this sentence in negative sentence into a negative sentence is, I will not be a great musician. So first helping verb is will and second helping verb is be. So what I did, I will not be. I will be a great musician. I will not be. So immediately after the first helping verb, that is will, I added not and thus turned that sentence into a negative one. Now let's see these statements or these sentences which have helping verbs of to be forms. So let's see how to turn or convert positive sentences with to be forms helping verb into negative sentences. Helping verbs of to be forms or to be form are generally in present tense am, is, are, and in past tense was, were. These are the forms of to be. These are the forms of to be. So in present tense am, is, are, and in past tense was and were. For example, first example is, he is a good singer. So here is a form of to be, right? So he is a good singer. Then negative sentence is, he is not a good singer. So not is added after the helping verb is. Second sentence, I am eating a chocolate. Negative sentence would be, I am not eating a chocolate. So after am, not has been added. They are aware of the COVID-19 rules. Negative sentence of this third positive will be, they are not aware. They are not aware of the COVID-19 rules. Let's see these sentences once again. First is, he is a good singer. Negative would be, he is not a good singer. I am eating a chocolate? I am not eating a chocolate. They are aware of the COVID-19 rules? They are not aware of the COVID-19 rules. So helping verbs are is, so is not, am not, are not. Past forms of to be are was and were. Past forms of to be are was and were. So he was happy with his marks. Negative is he was not happy with his marks. Second sentence is Siley was reading a newspaper. Negative is Siley was not reading a newspaper. So again not has come after the helping verb but before the main verb. So between the helping verb and the main verb. Boys were playing cards. Boys were not playing cards. So between were and playing, between helping verb and main verb, not has been added. You were curious about the new game. You were not curious about the new game. Between were and curious, not has been added. In case of helping verbs used to show future tense or future time rather, will and shall, we have to add not between shall or will and the main verb. So the first sentence is I shall go to college tomorrow. Negative will be I shall not go to college tomorrow. Between shall and go, not has been added. We shall meet him. We shall not meet him. Raju will be a teacher. Raju will not be a teacher. So, will and be, between will and be, not has been added. Between shall and meet, not has been added. Okay, please remember this carefully because in exams you will have to convert or form negative sentences from or out of positive ones. Friends, we saw how to change positive sentences with helping verbs into negative sentences. But if there are not helping verbs and only the main verbs, what to do? So in case of sentences with only main verbs, negative sentence is formed by using appropriate form of do as per the tense of the main verb and then not is added before the main verb. Again, we will see the rule. So where there is only main verb in the sentence, negative sentence is formed by using appropriate form of do as per the tense of the main verb. It means, suppose he likes ice cream. This is simple present tense and the pronoun is third person he. So in this case, the negative sentence will be he does not like ice cream. He likes ice cream because he likes ice cream. Third person singular is the pronoun, is the subject. Therefore, the present simple present tense verb form takes S, that is likes, and because of this, while we turn this sentence into a negative one, we will say that he, because there is likes, we will say he does not like ice cream. He does not like ice cream. So, using appropriate form of do as per the tense of the main verb and then not is added before the main verb. I think by this example you must have understood the case here. How to change a positive sentence with only main verbs into negative sentences. So the formula is simple. Do plus not plus main verb. Obviously appropriate form of do. Let's see some examples. I follow traffic rules. Negative sentence is I do not follow traffic rules, which is wrong. But the negative sentence is I do not follow traffic rules. Now because it is first sentence, because the subject of the first sentence is first person singular I, therefore we have used do. We have used do and then not. Okay. Now see the second sentence, which is little bit different. Radhika likes poetry. The subject of this sentence is Radhika, that is third person singular, and the tense is simple present tense. This is the verb here indicates that this is simple present tense, and therefore the negative sentence is Radhika does not like poetry. See, does because likes, not because we want to convert it to negative, and like. Now when we add does here, you need not again add s to the main verb. So does not like poetry. People wear masks at public places, which is important. But nowadays people do not wear masks at public places. Let's see this sentence again. People wear masks at public places. Now people is plural. The subject people is plural, and therefore we have used do. Okay. Again, simple present tense. People wear masks at public places. People do not wear masks at public places. Fourth sentence is, a bus uses petrol as a fuel, or alternatively, a bus runs on petrol. Both sentences are correct. So a bus uses petrol as a fuel. A bus is the subject. A bus is third person singular. The tense we know from this main verb is simple present tense because s has been added to use, and therefore while turning this sentence into a negative sentence we have used does not. Because a bus is third person singular in simple present tense, we have used does not use petrol as a fuel. Again, this s has been removed here. The main form of the verb use has been used. The original form of the verb use has been used here because does already functions as the simple present tense or for the simple present tense. So a bus uses petrol as a fuel. A bus does not use petrol as a fuel. So please understand and remember this formula, that appropriate form of do according to the tense of the main verb, then not, and then main verb, or we can say the first form of the main verb. Okay, the main verb must have its first or basic form, base form of the main verb. Okay. If you remember this simple formula, then the grammar exercises will be quite easier than you think of. Now, If it is the past tense with only main verb, what to do? The formula will be did, irrespective of whether the subject is singular or plural. It does not matter here. If there is past tense, you use did plus not plus again main verb. Okay. The first form of the main verb or the base form of the main verb. I am deliberately using the phrase first form because I know in your schools you have learned like first form, second form and third form, especially in Marathi medium schools. So, she knew computer well. Knew is the past tense of this positive sentence. Now, please carefully look at the negative sentence. She did not know computer well. Did plus not plus form of the original form, first form or base form of know. Okay. Again, look at this sentence. She knew computer well. The negative is she did not know computer well. He worked hard for his exams. Again, the past tense of the main verb is worked. So, the negative is he did not work hard for his exams. So again we have removed ed showing the past tense because we have already used did to indicate the past tense in the negative sentence, and then the base form of the verb has been used here. Let's understand this again. He worked hard for his exams. In this positive sentence, the past tense has been indicated, has been showed by the suffix ed, past tense suffix ed. But negative sentence is like this: he did not work hard for his exams. Now here in the negative sentence you must use, in negative sentence in the past you must use did. Okay, you must use did to indicate the past tense and then use the base form of the verb, that is in this sentence is work. Now when helping verbs are has and have, obviously it is not difficult, the rule is same as it applies to all other helping verbs. So has or have, in the case of has or have, you will turn it into negative one by has plus not or have plus not. Very simple formula. Ramesh has eaten your ice cream. Ramesh has not eaten your ice cream. Not has been put, not has been added between has and eaten, after has but before the main verb eaten. We have reached the station. We have not reached the station. I have completed my work. I have not completed my work. He had passed the test. He had not passed the test. Please remember, friends, pay attention here that had is the past tense form of has and have. When do we use has? When the subject is third person singular, then we use has as the helping verb, and in case of first person singular or first person plural or even second person singular, that is you, and second person plural again, that is you, we use have. So for he, she, it, we use has. For I, for you, for we use have. Plus for plural also, for plural subjects also, for plural pronouns also, we use have. So has must be used for he pronouns indicating he, she, it, and have must be used for first person singular pronoun, that is I, first person plural pronoun, that is we, second person singular pronoun, that is you, second person plural pronoun, that is you, and any plural pronoun or subject, any plural pronoun and subject, we use have. But the past tense form of either has or have is had. So if the positive sentence is in the past tense using the past form of has, then you simply add not after had. He had passed the test, he had not passed the test. So it's quite simple. Now let's see how to turn sentences using modal auxiliaries into negative sentences. And again, after all, modal auxiliaries are helping verbs which show or which have some kind of function. Okay. So again the rule is the same as it applies to helping verbs. I have just given these examples for your better understanding. You should talk about it. Should is the modal auxiliary here. You should not talk about it. I would like meeting her, or I would like to meet her. I'm sorry. I would like to meet her. I would not like to meet her. He must call him. He must not call him. I have to learn French. I do not have to learn French. Please concentrate on this fourth sentence because there are two helping verbs. I have to learn French. The conversion is little bit different from other auxiliaries, that I do not have to learn French. Have to, do not, have to. Right? Please see this carefully. Friends, please remember that you can use, or rather you should use, contractions that we casually call short forms of helping verbs or modal auxiliary verbs, or even the forms of do in informal writing or in spoken forms only. While we are speaking in formal communication, in completely formal communication or conversation, we usually should not use these contractions given below, or when we are writing some formal document, we must not use the contractions of helping verbs or forms of do. But here are some useful contractions. Please listen to their pronunciations as well. Are not, aren't, is not, isn't, am not, aren't. It is not amn't. Please understand this. The contraction of not, of am not is aren't. Was not, wasn't, were not, weren't. Do not, don't, does not, doesn't. Please see that apostrophe has been placed after n. So instead of saying are not, while we speak them shortly. we do not stress on helping verbs or not. So we say do, don't instead of do not, and doesn't instead of does not. So contraction of did not is didn't. You can say didn't, but generally it is didn't. Shall not is shan't, will not is won't. Contraction of has not is hasn't, have not is haven't, had not, hadn't, should not, shouldn't, cannot, can't. See the change. Cannot, can't, could not, couldn't, would not, wouldn't, must not, mustn't. So, see these negative sentences with contractions. I wasn't aware of your situation. He doesn't deserve to win the game. Rekha mustn't stop her education. See this sentence again. Especially see the pronunciation of the contraction of must not. Rekha mustn't stop her education. So friends, I hope that you have understood how to form negative sentences out of positive sentences. You must have understood how to do this when there are helping verbs. That is an easy thing. Then how to convert sentences from positive ones to negative ones when there are forms of to be, when past forms of to be are there, how to do or how to form negative sentences we have just discussed. When there is future tense using will and shall, what to do, shall not, will not, we have seen this. And when there are only main verbs, the formula is again simple to remember. Appropriate form of do according to the tense of the main verb. So do plus not plus main verb. Okay. Then in the past tense with main verb, just add did, then add not, and then the base form of the main verb. Rule is very simple in case of has and have, has not or have not. And when it is had indicating the past, you just have to add not between the had and the main verb. Again, in the case of modal auxiliaries, add not between the modal auxiliary and the main verb, okay, or after the modal auxiliary and before the main verb. Then remember these contractions when you are using informal language in writing or when you are speaking, especially at casual conversations or informal conversations. And also remember their contractions and their pronunciations. That is important in spoken language. So I hope you have understood this grammar component of negative sentences. Watch to this video, listen this video many times. If you do not understand at the first time, contact me. If you still don't understand, I am always ready to answer your queries. But that time won't come, I suppose and I hope. So very best luck for your grammar exercises for negative sentences. Moreover, one tip is there. In your general communication, we should avoid using negative sentences and passive voice. Instead, we should use more and more positive statements and more active voice. Okay, so please watch this video, like this video, and share this video with all your friends. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take very good care of yourself.